Gifts are given with boxes and bows. I want to conclude our series of effective listening videos by wrapping our thoughts up, tying a bow around it, and giving you a final gift to take with you. I want to talk about listening challenges. The challenge of listening is really where we started. I've challenged you to really think about your listening behavior. I've challenged you to think about listening as 6 specific and separate listening behaviors: hearing, understanding, remembering, interpreting, evaluating, and responding. I want to conclude this video series by saying that even armed with this information, you are going to continually face listening challenges. The question is, now that you know this new information, how will you meet the challenges? I want to briefly address 2 specific challenges: the challenge of listening in a technology-obsessed world and the challenge of listening to the other gender. First, let's look at the challenge of listening in a technology-obsessed world. So here's the problem. Technology is everywhere. You're viewing this video because of technology. You could watch this on a tablet device or a smartphone. You could be anywhere that you could get a wireless signal and be taking this course. Video games are incredibly popular, and our time relaxing is spent with Netflix, watching our favorite series or movies. And we can't hardly get through a real-life conversation or a meal because we're carrying on virtual conversations at the same time. We don't have to convince each other that our technology-obsessed world is impacting the relationships around us and impacting listening with the real people right in front of us. How do we meet this challenge? You tell me. You have learned about listening, effective listening. So what do you think? My thought is that we're going to have to learn to manage our technology and prioritize the tech. Ask yourself, who's the most important? The person in front of you, the person in the room with you, the person you are in some type of relationship with, or the technology that has your attention? Suggestion: always put people over technology. When you are with the person that needs you to listen to them, put down the tech, turn it off, record the video so that you can watch it later, but the challenge is to let the people in your life know without a doubt that they are always more important than your technology. Okay, let's turn a corner and look at a second challenge in listening and wrap up some more thoughts. Let's look at the challenge of listening to the other gender. It's so easy to immediately begin stereotyping how women and men listen or communicate and what their needs are. The reality is that women and men communicate and listen with masculine styles, feminine styles, and/or androgynous styles. It's not about putting someone in a box because they are of a particular sex. That's the first mistake that is made in communicating with other genders: stereotyping. The second mistake in communicating with other genders is giving up before you ever start. It's easy to think, oh, he's a man, or oh, she's a woman, so they're never going to care or understand. So, as I said earlier, you have now learned a lot about listening. What is your suggestion on how men and women can listen better to each other? Okay, here are my suggestions. First, get past the stereotyping and the thinking that they will never understand. Next, when you're going to discuss something besides cliches or facts, learn to set aside time to talk and set aside the distractions. Place a priority on your relationship and whatever kind of relationship it is. Then model all of the 6 effective listening behaviors from the HURIER model. Trust the listening model and work hard not to let your emotions control you. Instead, let your commitment to the relationship be the most important guide. Okay, here's your final opportunity for a final exam question. Be able to explain what ethical listening is as explained in Chapter 10. Challenges. That is what you will face continually in being an effective listener. The key is to realize that you now have the tools to be an effective listener. And I hope I've done a good job in wrapping them up in a neat little box with a bow on it, so you can take these tools with you for the rest of your life. I hope to see you in the future. Keep in touch.